It's May 1st. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's supposed to be in the mid to upper 60s today. So I am going to finally plant out my broccoli and cauliflower because they're getting a little, see that? The leaves are getting a little unhappy, the lower ones. They really need to get out. So broccoli and cauliflower are gonna go out. And then everyone else isn't. Over here we have the tomatoes and cucumbers, my flowers and basil, watermelon, pumpkin, zucchini, acorn squash, spaghetti squash, and summer crookneck. All right, I'm gonna get started. Oh, and I'm gonna use the grow bags first for my cauliflower. Just got back from a walk with the dogs. I did a lot this morning. I feel really good about it. So let me show you the babies. So we've got these two back here are snow crown. Oh, I should tell you what I did first. So I filled the grow bags with my compost. And then I made a bit of a hole and I put the bagged stuff in there, watered it. Then I took out my babies and I placed them in there, put a little more of the bagged stuff, and then I mulched it because my husband and his father do work with the firewood processor, and so they have a lot of wood chips. All right, so these are the snow crown. This is graffiti. They're purple, or they will be. As you can see, everyone's a little unhappy from being transplanted. This one's called Burnio. And once it gets even hotter out consistently, like in the 70s, I'm gonna move them over here to the side of the house. They'll get a lot more shade because cauliflower is very delicate. This is Flame Star. This one's unhappy because it got eaten by a cat. And I had two that were eaten by a cat, so it was one or the other. I already showed you the other babes. There they are. They're already thirsty again. This is like a really nice day today. I'm gonna have to do some separating with the tomatoes and the cucumbers. I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow. Okay, and then let me show you guys the broccoli. Broccoli. So here's my broccoli. There's one. This is Millennium, these guys over here. I got 6 of them. And then Covina is this one and that one. And the last 2 are Green Magic. So hopefully they'll all do okay. They seem okay, a little droopy, but again, they just got planted. So this raised bed originally looked more like this. And what I did is I left the mulch on top and I put the compost, put the compost on top, filled it up to the top, and then I covered it with mulch pile. And then I went ahead and I dug deep through the other layer of mulch that was originally there, because that's just gonna rot and turn into soil, which would be great. So I dug through, put in the soil, the garden bag soil, and went ahead and put the plant in, more garden bagged soil, remulched, watered. I watered also in the beginning. So there we go. They're going to be really happy, hopefully, now that they're outside. Tomorrow's supposed to rain, which is actually going to be good. That'll be really good for my new little baby transplants. But they should do well. Oh, and I forgot to mention one other little thing. You'll see these little pellets. That's called Slug Magic. We do have major slug issues here, and I bet they're going to be all over these wood chips. So I figured be proactive, especially because these are just seedlings. I don't need them killed by slugs immediately. That would really stink. And yeah, that's it for now. Holy cow, I did a lot of work today. Time to relax. I just did a whole explanation, but I hadn't actually hit record. All right, so filled this, it's April 3rd. I filled this bed with the rest of my compost, and then I mulched it. But this is gonna be carrots, and carrots, they're delicate little seedlings. I don't know if they'd really even be able to get up through mulch. So I dug through the mulch, I dug trenches, very uneven, but whatever. And then I put some bagged soil in the trenches and planted them in there, as you can see, because the compost is a little chunky, and I think this will help them to get their start. And then what I'll do is I'll just keep them as well, really well watered, and I'll show you step by step. I've already done it twice. I hope this will work really well. I want some amazing carrots this year. My carrots were very disappointing last year. So first step, I moved aside a lot of the mulch, so you can see a little trench. There's still some pieces in there, but the good news is that these won't be on top of the seedlings or anything, and they're going to be kind of safely entrenched. And I think they'll be able to break through them when it comes time. I'm trying to get as many out of the way as possible though. All right, super nervous about them breaking through those wood chips, but I got them as cleared as I could. And then I put the soil in, and now I basically, I use my finger to make a little trenchy, and I'm gonna put the seeds in there. And I also put an occasional radish, because radish comes up super fast and gives me an idea that everything's okay. I used to do radishes and carrots like together, super companion planted, like just intersped, but I found that when I would pull the radishes, I would often pull out my carrot seedlings too, and that just bothered me. I like carrots way more than radishes, so that's what I did. See, over here, I planted chard, but that was just a couple of days ago. It hasn't come up. I just kind of left those spots open so it could break through. And then here's one of my cauliflowers. This one actually is looking a lot better. They're all a lot happier. It's been rainy, which I think is good when you're first transplanting. To transplant on like a sunny day right before it rains. And then makes everybody happier, I think. Yeah, this is great. I'm really stoked. I'm gonna have to make dinner soon though. Forgot to show it yesterday, but another thing I did is I transferred my tomatoes, and my cucumbers into their fresh cells. Cucumbers and cells are kind of iffy, so I'm very nervous about it. I started them super late in hopes, I really just want them to be just getting their true leaves. These are the cucumbers before I transplant them, but oh man, I am nervous about it. So we'll see how that goes. The tomatoes should be fine though. Like, tomatoes are pretty tough. And now they have more space, and you know, hopefully they'll do better. A lot of these guys, some of these guys would really be happy to, I think, to get in the ground, especially these flowers. I probably should have started them a little later. But I don't care too much about my flowers, offensive as that may sound. Just because, like, I really only grow flowers to attract bees. I don't care so much. Sorry, flowers. All right, that's it for now. So I finally planted my peas, and this is what I'm doing. I've got these long poles. I got them standing up as best as I could. And I put a piece of string on the bottom, and I planted my peas underneath. And the idea is the peas will be able to grow up. And I'll add more string as time goes by. I only did a little for now to show me where to plant the peas, and also because I have a lot of other stuff I want to do first, and the peas obviously aren't going to need any more yet. So that's it for now, and then soon I will be able to do more. And I've got lots of bugs in here, lots of flies, because the manure. So the kinds of peas I've got are Mega Snap, Tender Sweet, and Sugar Ann. Let's hope for the best. All right, I did some planting, more planting. I planted arugula and spinach over here. I do mounds and then I mulch in between, but I got to give them a good water because it's hot today, haha, quote unquote. It's not that hot, but I need to make sure to get everybody lots of water And let's hope we get them soon. I should have had them planted a while ago. But I think they'll come up. It'll be okay. Let's do the last one. So what I do is I dig a trench and then I mound it up and then I put them, I plant them on the on top of the mound, and then I mulched in between, and then once they come up I'll mulch the actual plants, but I have to wait for them to come up. I'm hoping to do lettuce today too, but I am tired. It is lunchtime. I think I'm done for now. Planted my celery. They're of various sizes, so they're pretty. Most of them are pretty small. Let's hope for them, right? Some of the little ones, we'll see if they make it. Oh, they look okay. They're a little buried, but they look perfectly healthy. So I don't have anything else to say. I'm just super stoked that my celery's out. Yay! It's planting day. So right now I'm starting off with the squashes because they're the ones that most desperately need to get out before I have troubles with their roots. I've planted spaghetti squash, acorn, and pumpkins. And then over here I'm doing the zucchini. So this is what I'm doing. I'm digging a hole and kind of getting the soil around the hole. I'm filling it with my my composted horse manure, and then putting a little bit of the bag soil on top, making it like as nice as I can for these guys. I am babying them. And then mulch. Yeah. Okay, I did exactly what I said. Filled it with some compost, some bagged soil. Now I'm gonna water it. Gotta make sure those babies don't get dry. Oh my goodness, I'm terrified of this. And then I have to try to squeeze them out of this pot, which sucks. I'm also gonna have to thin a bit, probably get rid of a few, which I hate doing, but it's gotta happen. Okay, I got the zucchinis in, but some bad news is that the roots were very much like wound about, so that's not good. You know, unfortunately, it just is what it is with that. I hope if there ends up being an issue, if it looks like they aren't going to make it, or if I have the problem I had last time with this, where I end up with mini zucchini, I hope I have enough time that I can just try to plant more like straight in the ground. I only didn't because I had a critter last year that was eating all of my seedlings. So I didn't want to, I wanted to avoid that. And the critter, it seemed to attack the things that were on this line into the woods. It liked those the most. Like my cucumbers were a major issue, and they were up a little bit higher, more like where the zucchini is right now. So I'm moving them down a little bit, and that's why I started them early. We'll see if it works out. I am going to be getting an electric fence, and hopefully that would take care of the problem anyway, but yeah, it's not here yet, obviously. So, all right, one set of squash left, and then I am going to take a break. All right, so I just wanted to let you guys know for the gardening that from here on out, I'm just going to do a monthly garden tour. I'm not really going to vlog anymore. I might do some like shorter garden... I'm bleeding. I might do some shorter garden videos, like shorts, or other like, like when I harvest something, or maybe slightly educational ones. I get a little uncomfortable with the idea of me doing like how-to videos because this is only my third year gardening, but I figure it doesn't hurt. Like, I don't think I'm going to be giving any misinformation, so I'm going to go ahead and you might see a few of those kind of videos too. So at the end of this video, you're just going to see a whole garden tour. Hey everyone, let's do a full garden tour. It's May 31st, and I want to show you how everyone looks. So let's start with this is my grow bag section. It's underneath my roof. And the reason they're over here is because this way they can they can avoid the hot sun. Now, they do get some good sun in the morning, but then as it gets later in the day and hotter, the shade comes in, which is perfect. Over here, I have cauliflower and chard and arugula. Accidental arugula, but here's some chard. And then chard and arugula. My accidental arugula is doing really well. Picked it for the first time today. We got another arugula, and then these are the flame star cauliflowers. This is the one that was eaten by the cats, but it's doing a lot better. And then look how big that one is. And then over here, this is these two are snow crown. That one, as you can see, has been very beat up. I might move it around because it might be getting too much rain when it rains, like from the roof. These two are graffiti, which is purple. And these last two are Burmeo. As you can see, they are doing great. This has been super successful. Sorry, my children are fighting. Over here, I have mint, and I just planted chives, which are popping up finally. Chives. You can barely see them. But then there's my mint. I overwinter my mint. I bring it inside, and it gets really like leggy and unhappy, but it survives. This is my 3rd year of my mint. This over here is my potato bed. On the left-hand side, we have my fingerlings. In the middle is an early variety, and on the right are a late variety. They are doing well so far. They started off with not much soil in the bed. I just buried them in what soil I had from last year. And then I filled it up with new compost and with mulch. And I will probably mulch it up later. Oh, I got a child. Over here we have tomatoes. I think all of my tomatoes are paste variety tomatoes, but these ones I believe are a cherry tomato variety. And they are doing well. You want him to get in the pool? I don't think he's going to do it, babe. But they're looking very good, very healthy. Here's thyme. I just bought that in a grow bag. Over here are my carrots and radishes. They need water. Here's some carrots. And I pulled my first radish today, but there are my radishes as well. And then the rest of the bed still needs to be planted. I'm going to plant some more later this week. I'm trying to be as steady as I can here. Here's my new oregano. I tried to overwinter some oregano inside and it died. And the oregano outside also died. Parsley. And more tomatoes. This is a different variety. I think this one's indeterminate. They actually don't look quite as healthy, but I think they will be fine. This is the best looking one. Look at that. All right. My strawberries, which I need to weed more. Oh, see, I at least get the grass that's going to seed. Sorry, I need to pay attention. So there's my strawberries, very weedy. Here's the broccoli. They're suffering a bit right now because it is hot today. But it's supposed to rain. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain, but they'll be okay. It was cloudy for most of the day. The first 6 are millennium. Yep, there's the suffering right there. Oh, why? It's so hot. And the next 2 here and there are Covina. And the last 2 are Green Magic. This one. And then this one, I think, is just positioned in such a way it's a lot smaller. They're doing well as a whole, but not as big as the cauliflower. Yeah, there's big mushrooms in my strawberry bed. Look how big those mushrooms are.
Yeah. And one little one, see?
Yep.
Why are there lots of mushrooms in here?
Oh, that's healthy soil. This is my celery. These are my big ones. And then there are little tiny ones in the corner. But they're doing really well. My verbena, which I think is going to get bigger than I thought. And I have bush beans along the center. These are Provider and strike. And then my other kind is not doing well. So I think I might transplant some of these over to the side since I have too many. All right, this is my in-ground garden. We have the fence, but it's not electrified right now. Try to be steady. I recorded this once, but it was really shaky and like kind of nauseating, so hopefully I do better. This is my rhubarb. It's doing great. Over here are my succession crops, and I stagger plant these. So right now we've got on the right here arugula, and then we have spinach. I have 3 different kinds. And then there's my second crop of arugula and spinach. And then over here we have 4 different kinds of lettuces. And then I have babies. You just missed me? I missed you too. Up on the top, you can barely see. You see where that mulch is? I have cilantro over there. They're just bibis. And then over here, we have basil. Right there. My basil never looks that good. I have the purple and the green. Yep, there's a marigold. My first marigold flowered.
Yeah.
And I have zinnia, and I have more marigolds.
Marigold?
We have peas, and they are getting ready to finally climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a volunteer bean. I think it's a pole bean, and I don't want to put a stake, so I'm gonna have to pull it. This is the acorn squash. It's doing the best. There's my spaghetti squash, which is doing okay, but as you can see, there's pest pressure. I'm working on that. More peas over here, and a sunflower that is not supposed to be there. My pumpkins.
Where's the sunflower?
Right there. Yeah, that tall guy. Kidney beans. Let me try to get this gently sweep.
If it's not mulch, it's a weed.
Yeah. Sorry, hon. Watermelon. This one I transplanted. It's probably not going to make it, but watermelon.
But these
Corn. Wish me luck on this. They're doing well. My cucumbers, which we need to put the trellis back up really soon because they're starting to get ready to climb. And then my poor zucchini it's cucumber beetles, which you can see, these guys. I have sprayed with neem, and I just got spinosad, and I'm hoping it helps. Oh, they are not doing well. And then over here is my summer crookneck. Along here, I have sunflowers. Oh, poor summer crookneck is getting attacked now. And then I have flowers along the back. I have cosmos, a random sunflower, and I have more marigolds and zinnias. And that's everything.
and there's a marigold there.
Yeah, there's a marigold there. So it's doing all right.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the squashes and those cucumber beetles. They've never managed to do this much. Get off of there. They've never managed to do this much damage before. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'll keep spraying them. It's supposedly supposed to rain. So
Yes.
I'm hoping
Rain.
that if it rains, I'm hoping that after the rain I can spray them. Okay, that is my garden.